Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Spartan.
And I'm Pudgy.
And today we are watching one of our demigod voted side content reactions. It's another Game of Thrones one.
So this one's called R plus L equals J, who is Jon's mother, essentially.
And there's two. One is Jon's mother and one is Jon's parents. We're going to watch them both together.
Yes. So my theory was correct.
Our theory.
My theory. That Rhaegar and Lyanna are Jon's parents. So that is just wild, which means our boy Jon Snow is half Targaryen, half Stark.
So I wonder if Dany finds that out, then she'll realise he's technically her cousin. So she should respect him a lot
nephew.
Yeah, okay, true. Even though they're the same age, weird, but yeah.
Yeah.
Similar ages.
Which is gonna be kind of cool. I mean, I think I embodied this throughout the entire series without even knowing it. Half Targaryen, half Stark.
No,
like I
you
knew.
embodied unloyalty and indecisiveness.
I knew deep down inside the truth. Anyways, it's going to be interesting to see because I'm pretty sure these are a compilation of scenes that kind of hinted toward this. That
Game of Thrones that we probably wouldn't have noticed at the time.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to like go back and reflect. So I think we should get into it.
Awesome. If you want to partake in voting for some of this side content, then check out our Patreon. This is specific to the demigod tier, but a lot of these don't make YouTube, so only the really popular ones do. A lot of the others are exclusive to our Patreon. We also post several episodes ahead, as well as the uncut reactions, so we'll leave a link in the description for anyone who's interested in that. If you're watching this over on YouTube, leave a like on the video, subscribe for more Game of Thrones related content and reactions, and let us know your thoughts in the comments down below.
All right, let's go.
That's my grandfather, Lord Rickard. He was burned alive by the Mad King Aerys.
It's like right at the start.
That's Lyanna, my father's sister. King Robert was supposed to marry her, but Rhaegar Targaryen kidnapped her.
Dude, his voice is so different.
The last time I was in the
capital, he got kidnapped. She got kidnapped.
My sister Elia and Rhaegar Targaryen, the last dragon. My sister loved him, and beautiful, noble Rhaegar Targaryen left her for another woman. That started a war, and the war ended right
Lyanna.
here.
Your Aunt Lyanna.
Yeah, I remember that.
Lord Went held a great tourney at Harrenhal. The last two riders were Barristan Selmy and Rhaegar Targaryen. When Rhaegar won, he rode right past his wife, and he lay a crown of winter roses in Lyanna's lap. And all the smiles died.
Yeah.
I've never seen so many people so quiet.
Robert started a war to win her back. He killed Rhaegar, but she died anyway.
Did you have to bury her in a place like this? She should be on a hill somewhere with the sun and
Oh my god, this is so long ago.
She was my sister. This is where she belongs.
She belonged with me.
Damn, dude, this is ages ago.
My dreams, I kill him every night.
It's done,
Rhaegar.
Your Grace. Targaryens are gone.
Do you know what happened to the Targaryen children when the Mad King fell?
They were
Oh,
butchered
Rob.
in their sleep.
Who gave you the order? Say her name! You raped her! You murdered her!
This is depressing.
You killed her children!
When I heard they had killed my brother's son, and his poor son, and the children.
Aemon Targaryen. Aerys Targaryen.
Oh my god, yeah.
Lord, what of it? I'll kill every Targaryen I get my hands on. You can't get your hands on this one, can you?
For 20 years, the Spider oversaw the campaign to find and kill me.
I want him dead. Mother and child, both.
You'll dishonor yourself forever if you do this.
Honor? I've got 7 kingdoms to rule!
Then we're no better than the Mad King.
Careful, Ned, careful.
Oh, Miss Ned.
I will have no part in it.
You'll do as I command, or I'll find me a hand who will.
Go as far away
Oh.
as you can. As many men
Go
as you
on.
can. Because wherever you go, Robert's wrath will follow you.
How many tens of thousands had to die because Rhaegar chose your aunt?
Yes, he chose her. And then he kidnapped her and raped her.
So we've been told. We still don't know what the verdict
Yeah,
on
because
that is.
Littlefinger looked like he knew a little bit more there.
Men died for him because they believed in him, because they loved him.
Rhaegar fought valiantly. Rhaegar fought nobly. And Rhaegar died.
Did you know him well, Sir Barristan?
I did, Your Grace. Finest man I ever met.
We like to walk among the people. We like to sing.
Now we hear the good side of him, very different.
He sang to them.
Viserys never told you.
He told me Rhaegar was good at killing people.
Rhaegar never liked killing. He loved singing.
17 years ago, you rode off with Robert Baratheon. You came back a year later with another woman's son.
I knew at the feast.
Yeah, Lyanna's. Oh my god.
Family to see the bastard in their midst.
I want you to leave.
I hated that scene.
My father wouldn't even tell me her name. I don't know if she's living or dead.
Your bastard's mother.
Dead, my friend.
Never told me what she
Dead.
looked like.
No, will I?
Yeah, Robert didn't even know.
That boy, didn't you? How could you not hate him? The walking, talking reminder that the Honourable Lord Eddard Stark fucked another woman.
Little did we know, he didn't.
Lord Commander of the Night's Watch.
A bastard by some tavern slut.
Perhaps. But that wasn't Ned Stark's way. Must have been a rare wench to
Yes,
that is new.
That is
Forget his
new.
What is honor compared to a woman's love? And what is duty against the feel of a newborn son in your arms?
You are a
Yeah.
You might not have my name.
That's his uncle.
You have my blood.
Is my mother alive? Does she know about me, where I am, where I'm going?
The next time we see each other, we'll talk about your mother.
Oh my god.
Fortunately, that never came.
I promise.
House
He's
Targaryen
like
is
trembling.
gone. Not a single person who shares your blood is alive to support you.
A Targaryen alone in the world.
Wrong.
It's a terrible thing.
Oh my god.
Oh, he's talking about him.
Sansa came to
Oh my god.
Plead for your life.
You think my life is some precious thing to me? That I would trade my honor for a few more years of war?
What of your daughter's life, my lord?
Oh, we all do our duty when there's no cost to it. Honor comes easily then. Yet, sooner or later, in every man's life, there comes a day when it is not easy. A day when
Yeah.
he must choose.
Oh, Ned.
Ned embodied
I am Eddard
that.
Stark. I come before you to confess my treason.
The day
hate
should ever
this
come
moment.
when your Lord Father was forced to choose between honor on the one hand and those he loves on the other. What would he do?
Yeah.
You do whatever was right, no matter what.
Most of us are not so strong.
Oh my god.
Damn it, man. This scene still hits.
Oh. That was so
When my
bad.
husband
So
brought that baby
bad.
home from the war, I couldn't bear to look at him. So I prayed to the gods. Take him away. Make him die.
That's Talisa.
I miss
He got the
her.
pox.
She ruined Rob.
And I knew I was the worst woman who ever lived. So I prayed to all 7 gods. Let the boy live. Let him live. And I'll love him.
Oh, remember this
I'll be
speech.
a mother to him.
Rip me.
And he lived. And I couldn't keep my promise.
Oh, dude.
And everything that's happened since
This
then,
is ripping me.
all this horror that's come to my
He
family,
endured so much on his own, man.
it's all because I couldn't love a motherless child.
And the reason for hating him wasn't even the right one.
I know.
Sorry, because some of you have probably heard the story before, but we had a very long lunch with George where we told him what we wanted to do with the adaptation. And we had a 3-hour talk. At the very end of it, George said, okay, who is Jon Snow's real mother? And there was a very long pause, and I looked at Dan, and Dan looked at me, and we threw out a guess, and he kind of nodded, and then he let us take the show.
Oh wow, so they guessed who his mother is. Oh my god.
Wow, okay, they obviously knew the source material well.
Yeah. We just understood the writing, why Lyanna was such a pivotal part of the story. So that scene just there makes so much sense with Ned and John, where he's saying, you know, he's off to the Night's Watch to go say his vows, and then he's like, well, the next time I see you, we can chat about your mother.
Because he's renounced all titles and claims, so it's not a conflict to the power struggle and stuff anymore, you know?
Yeah, with Robert.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And that makes sense why it was whispered, you know, Robert's not going to be happy. Like, if he knows, because he was hellbent on killing every Targaryen.
Yeah.
And John was that. Holy shit.
And also the person he loved, it was her son potentially by force, or at least not the way Robert would have liked it. Because Robert wanted to have her children.
Yeah.
Or her to have his children.
Yeah.
So yeah, that would have been conflict of interest anyway. But some of those scenes just really showed me how alone John's been in so much of this journey, you know, and even the foreshadowing. I love that scene with Aemon Targaryen talking about a sad thing, that a Targaryen alone with no one to care for them, and we thought it was talking about Dany, never realised talking about John, you know.
Yeah. Well, do you reckon Maester Aemon knew?
I don't know if he knew, but I just think that it was obviously show foreshadowing.
That's crazy though, because that's his no, that's, yeah.
Nephew or great nephew, maybe?
Because they killed the brother. Anyways, yeah, they're related, right?
Great nephew, I think, because he's the Mad King's brother, is he?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
So Rhaegar would be his nephew.
Yeah.
So John's his like great nephew in a sense.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Holy shit. Oh my god, the story writing's beautiful.
It was good. It makes me really look forward to a rewatch, especially.
Oh,
It'll be fun.
Those scenes just hit me, like, and they were just in isolation, no build up.
Many of them mean more as well. Once you know how things pan out, you almost savor the emotion and the storytelling.
Yeah, for sure.
So this next one that we're going to watch is who are Jon Snow's parents. So I'm assuming it might go into Rhaegar a little bit more.
Yeah, interesting.
And this one is by Alt Shift X. A lot of you guys recommended this channel, so it was a really good channel. So check the channel out as well if you haven't already.
L equals J is a fan theory regarding George R.R. Martin's Song of Ice and Fire, the basis of HBO's Game of Thrones. It's one of the best supported and most widely believed fan theories. The idea is that Jon Snow is not the bastard son of Eddard Stark and an unknown woman, as Jon and most of Westeros believes, but is actually the son of Ned's sister, Lyanna Stark, and Rhaegar Targaryen. So, for a bit of context, Prince Rhaegar Targaryen
he didn't lie.
was
He
the
does
son
have
of the
Ned's
Mad King
blood.
Aerys Targaryen, who was overthrown in Robert Baratheon's rebellion, the war that made Robert king. Lyanna is kind of the Helen of Troy of Westeros, because Robert's rebellion started when Lyanna, who at the time was betrothed to Robert, was abducted by, or more likely ran away with, Prince Rhaegar, who was already married to Aeron Martell. Rhaegar spent the start of the war in the Tower of Joy in Dorne with Lyanna, before going off to battle and to his doom in the form of Robert's hammer. So after the war was over, Ned and 6 others headed to the tower to find Lyanna, where they were confronted by 3 of the dead king's guard. When the fight was over,
saw that
the 2 survivors,
Bran's
Ned
visions.
and his friend Howland Reed, went up the tower to find Lyanna Stark in a bed of blood. There, Lyanna got Ned to make her a promise before she died. So, R plus L equals J suggests that Lyanna's bed of blood is one of childbirth. The baby is Rhaegar and Lyanna's, and that Ned's promise to Lyanna is to pretend that the child is his, in order to protect the child from Robert, who would see the son of the Targaryen prince as a threat and likely have him killed, just as he had Rhaegar's wife and other children killed. In any case, Ned then comes back from the war with a baby, Jon, who until his death he raises as his own son in Winterfell.
Which I love, absolutely love.
So that's the theory. What's the evidence that makes it more plausible than the alternative, that Jon really
Targaryen would be his name then?
Firstly, it seems very out of character for Ned Stark, a painfully honourable person, to have fathered a bastard. In Ned's own words, to have fathered Jon was to dishonour himself and to dishonour Catelyn in the sight of gods and men. Ned isn't like Robert, who would swear undying love and forget them before evenfall. Ned keeps his vows. So right away, it seems unlikely that Ned would break his wedding vows to Catelyn by fathering Jon. At one point, Ned refers to Jon as his blood, but he never calls him his son. At one
Yeah.
point, he internally lists his children,
distinction.
naming Robb and Sansa and Arya and Bran and Rickon. The very next line he mentions Jon, but not as part of the list of his children. Speaking of Arya, Jon is said to look like her, and Arya is said to look like Lyanna. Anyway, so during a conversation with Robert about the rebellion, Ned thinks that he has
And they
lived
had a
his
good
lies
little
for
connection
14 years.
too.
What lies are Ned referring to?
True.
Here's a hint. Jon is, at the start of the first book, 14 years old. So what all
Yeah.
these hints amount to
Perfect.
is that Jon is Ned's lie, a lie that haunts him at night, but which he persists with, because some secrets are safer kept hidden. Some secrets are too dangerous to share, even with those you love and trust.
Share it with
damn.
no
It hurts
one.
Ned to
Imagine
lie
that
like this,
burden.
but he does it to keep his promise to his sister, to protect his sister's son. One more thing about Ned. On multiple occasions, Ned opposes the killing of Targaryen children. When Robert orders the assassination of Daenerys
Yeah.
and her unborn child, Ned refuses, hurting his friendship with Robert and endangering his honor and life by disobeying the king. The other example is his opposition to the killing of Rhaegar's wife
Yeah.
and children at the sack
It's all
of King's
there.
Landing. This refusal to kill children for the sake of their Targaryen blood is mirrored by Ned's protection of Jon. To return
Yeah,
briefly to the Tower of Joy,
crazy.
it seems very odd for 3 members of the Kingsguard to be there with Lyanna Stark. Shouldn't they be protecting the siblings of the now-dead prince? A very good explanation for their presence is that they were guarding the unborn heir apparent, the son of the prince, Jon.
Yeah, wow.
So now to Essos, for
Holy
digging
shit.
in terms of textual evidence. While in the House of Undying, in Karth, Daenerys has a vision of a blue flower growing from a chink in a wall of ice and filling the air with sweetness. Blue flowers, specifically blue winter roses, are consistently associated with Lyanna Stark. At the tourney of Harrenhal,
okay.
Rhaegar selected Lyanna as the Queen of Love and Beauty over his wife, and presented her with a crown of blue winter roses. A storm of blue rose petals feature in Ned's dream about Lyanna, and the statue of Lyanna in Winterfell Crypt has a garland of blue winter roses. What this strongly suggests is that something to do with Lyanna is at a wall of ice. That something is very probably Jon on the wall.
Yeah,
So,
epic.
given all these
The
hints,
wall
it
of
seems very
ice,
likely
literally.
that Jon Snow is the son of Rhaegar Targaryen and Lyanna Stark. But what are the implications of R plus L equals J? It's been suggested that being both a Stark and a Targaryen makes Jon the Song of Ice and Fire personified. What this actually means exactly is unclear, but it does seem to suggest
True.
that Jon is very important. Perhaps he's the prince that was promised, or Azor Ahai, or one of the 3 heads of the dragon, or any
like
of the other
that.
various prophesized figures. In any case, Stark blood is associated with powers like warging, and Targaryen blood is associated with an affinity with dragons and fire. Jon having
I
both
can't
will
wait.
possibly make him capable of some pretty impressive stuff.
Oh my
One
god.
ridiculous.
implication is that if Jon is the son of Prince Rhaegar, he has a claim on the Iron Throne. More so than Dany, actually. That's assuming though, that Rhaegar and Lyanna were secretly wedded, which could have happened despite Rhaegar's existing marriage to Elia.
Shit.
Polygamy is a bit of a...
Dany better bend the knee.
Targaryens, but if they weren't married, Jon would still be considered a bastard and an illegitimate contender for the throne, though he could
Okay,
possibly be
fair
legitimized. Jon's vows with the Night's Watch are another complication. He's
So we
sworn
don't know
oath
yet.
to hold no lands, to wear no crown, so surely he can't be king. And even if he could overcome
Not anymore,
that
he
barrier,
died.
would anyone believe his claim to the throne? How could he prove his parentage? And besides, it seems doubtful that Jon would even want the throne. Powers and thrones aside, finding out his true parentage would be very significant for Jon personally. He's always struggled with rejection from Cat, alienation from being a bastard, and the difficulty of not knowing his mother. Finding out his true parentage would undoubtedly be a big deal for him, if not for all of Westeros. So that's R plus
Yeah,
L
bloody
equals J,
oath.
the main evidence and some of the possible implications.
Honestly, I cannot wait for Bran to tell Jon about who his parents are.
Yeah, I can't wait to see Jon's reaction, and I also really hope Dany's there because I just want to
Yeah.
see. She's never really let anyone in, and whilst I think Jon harnesses the values that she also embraces, she'll already like him. But now she'll see him as family because she's always had a soft spot for her brother Rhaegar.
Yeah.
To now realize that he's his son.
And it's crazy, like, she's been so inquisitive about Rhaegar's life, especially with Barristan and Selmy.
That's probably
So-
foreshadowing too that there was more of him left. You know.
Oh my god, I love it.
Oh, I love how Jon, I honestly thought Jon was going to be just a side guy. I didn't expect that they were going to build him up this central. It's awesome, the role he plays. Even I like that idea that he embodies fire and ice. I really like that.
It really does just, oh my god. It's just so crazy how Lyanna was so pivotal to the story, right? Not even alive. Like, we never really meet her other than in Bran's visions.
Yeah.
And she's just like this stone head in a crypt. And oh my god, everyone knows so much about her, and little did everyone know that we've got like a live embodiment of at least half of her. And Rhaegar. I mean, everyone spoke about Rhaegar so much.
Yeah, we still don't know the... I'm assuming it seems like it was more consensual. That's what I'm swaying towards.
Yeah.
Initially, they were saying it was without consent, but now it's hinting... I mean, the versions we've heard from Barrister Selmy, who I trust as an honourable man, he talked about the great things about Rhaegar. So I think there was more Robert's version and the Rebellion's versions that Robert could only believe. The only reason that could happen is by force. Not that Lyanna might have actually loved him and they might have actually had a good union.
Well, I'm pretty sure there was a scene with Robert and Ned saying, you know, like, I loved your sister that much. I wish she loved me just as much. Like, I remember some line that she didn't love him as much.
Yeah, potentially.
I could be making it up, but I feel like there was. Far out. Like, it is just so mind-blowing, like, that someone can create such an epic story, right? And you think you know what the story is about. But in actual fact...
A lot of layers.
A lot of layers. Holy shit.
So the implications of Jon being both a Stark and a Targaryen, I wonder if... I don't know if we get to see it in Game of Thrones, but damn, it'd be exciting if we did. I wonder if warging could almost enhance his ability to connect with a dragon, and if he's able to, in the battle against the White Walkers at some stage, take a dragon, but even control it to a greater degree because of that connection, you know, because he has that. We haven't really seen him warg at all in the show, but I'm wondering if they do introduce it and it somehow enhances his connection to the dragons, that could be really exciting, fun way to just make Jon Snow even more hyped in the later seasons.
But yeah, that will be epic to see him with a dragon. Oh, if we don't see it, that's going to be so gut-wrenching.
Look, that's the last of the hopes, but honestly, just really looking forward to Jon Snow finding out who his parents are, and then I'm really hoping that strengthens the bond between him and Dany. I'm actually excited because they're two characters that we love, and we've seen their journey for so long through all the struggles.
And they have seemed really like alone in general, like their journeys.
It's interesting that this Targaryens have just played such an iconic role in Game of Thrones.
And where we're at now is Jon is on his way to see Dany. So this is just going to, epic.
And it's funny because in our ignorance, we would say early days, like, we're going to find Jon's mum. Who is she? We didn't know, though, that it was such a significant thing in the story.
I know.
We thought that, it'll be its own little side arc and add a bit of extra information. We did not know it'd be such a central, important piece.
I was just intrigued to find out who she was. Like, obviously, you know, keeping it from Jon for so long, it seems so important, but like, I didn't think it'd be this.
No, amazing. Well, guys, good recommendations. I mean, we nailed it with the theory. I'm happy that we nailed it. Yes, you got a bit more credit, but I was there as well. Give myself a pat on the back. But this was good just to really show us all the moments that really just how obvious it was from a hindsight perspective, which is really a testament to the writing of Game of Thrones.
Yeah, I always love watching videos like this. It's just so cool to see all the little clues that were left behind and you don't necessarily pick up on.
Yep. So to all our Patreons that have been saying you've got to watch that video, we have watched that video.
I know. I've been seeing in our comments for so long. Like since we started Game of Thrones. What is it? R plus L equals J. Like, you guys, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, what the hell are they on about? Like, and it just makes so much sense now, doesn't it?
Awesome. Guys, if you enjoyed this reaction, enjoy this little side content, leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel for more, and let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Take care of yourselves, and we'll see you guys next reaction.
See you guys.